Oh, I thought I heard something over there. Do you ever wake up with 3 a.m. regrets? For some reason, oh, sorry, the bugs are getting me. For some reason, that seems to be the case. Not quite as often as it used to be, but last night I had such a horrible night's sleep. I woke up at 3 a.m. and I just had these weird, regrettable feelings. 2 years ago, we first bought our Airstream bunkhouse, and my daughter was so excited to hit the road and travel. She had all her dolls up in her bunkhouse, and I just keep looking back at that time and like really wishing that we would have gotten things together and been able to hit the road then. Of course, now she's a teenager and everything's kind of meh around the teenage years, and so I just woke up thinking about how I wish we had hit the road back then and gotten things to work out right. And I don't know, I just hope she really enjoys the time still. I know she will when she gets into it, but oh, I don't know. Does anyone else have those 3 a.m. regrets? They just wake up in the middle of the night and they just can't shake it. I'm gonna try to look on the bright side, and I think everything will be okay, but sometimes it's easy to get caught in those ruts of things aren't going right. And then on top of it, Jason, he really wants to get to the Rocky Mountains. So anything before the Rocky Mountains is just really not that interesting to him. And he's trying to be a good sport with it, but also a little bit of a Debbie Downer all at the same time. We will see how today goes. I'm checking out the Great Marsh Trail this morning, and it has so many beautiful wildflowers here, and you can hear the birds. I haven't really seen any birds, and I haven't quite gotten to like a marshy area yet, but it's been really, really pretty. I said I didn't see any birds, but there is a bluebird. You can't quite see the coloring though. Maybe a bluebird is a sign that we are going to have a wonderful day. Next stop, Lake Michigan. Enjoying my morning chai with Lake Michigan. It took this 103 years to become a national park, and it's really a really heartwarming story. There were individuals back in 1913 that really wanted to preserve Indiana Dunes. They saw all the development happening, especially in Chicago nearby, and they really wanted to preserve this beautiful sanctuary here. Well, time went on and it did become a national lakeshore in the 60s, but groups kept persisting and kept trying to make it a national park, and it's just so cool that different generations throughout 103 years finally came together and were able to make it a national park in 2019. That's such an encouraging story to hear, that just because you start something and you can't finish it in your lifetime doesn't mean someone else can't pick it up and continue it on and carry it on. And I got a lot of encouragement from that. I thought that was such a great story. Indiana Dunes National Park, you are definitely loved, and you have definitely been sought after and looked after for 103 years. On my way back to Dunewood Campground, I noticed another section of the Indiana Dunes National Park Great Marsh Trail. The Great Marsh Trail really is quite amazing. You really hear a lot of the birds. There's still a little distant traffic sound, but you hear the birds and see so much wildlife. It's really spectacular here. But do watch out for the poison ivy here. There's quite a bit of poison ivy. Now back to Dunewood Campground. It is time to pack up and hit the road for our next adventure. 52 down, 48 to go. Got the official magnet there. I may have gotten just a little bit carried away with my national park stamp books, but I just couldn't decide on which one, so I have them all. I thought the Dunewood campground there was a very nice campground. They had two different loops. They had the Mathers Loop and the Douglas Loop. We stayed at the Mathers Loop. Now, the reviews actually said they liked the Douglas Loop better, but I prefer the Mathers Loop. I thought the sites were a little bit more spacious, but neither of them had electricity or any hookups or anything, but they had a bathhouse. It was a very nice, quiet stay. There were giant oaks all around, and I thought it was a beautiful campground. What are your thoughts on the Dunewood campground? Was it what you expected?
I checked the box.
You checked the box? I thought you said you liked it better than you thought it would. Because the reviews were kind of bad.
Campground was alright. Just it's more for tent campers. I wouldn't take a camper in there bigger than a 30-foot camper.
So like 25 and under, like a lot of national parks. Is really the ideal. Of course, we'd love to have you join us by subscribing to the channel and joining us on all these amazing adventures. Thank you so much for watching and have a very blessed day. Bye.